afternoon. Today we are going to discuss about the downward sloping curves in economics. So whenever you talk about economics, there are diagrams, and along with these diagrams comes the curves. So today we are going to study what is a downward sloping curve and how it is formed, and whether it is used in utility, yes, whether it is used for demand, yes. So supply, yes, exceptional demand curve, supply curve will be your demand curve. So downward sloping curves, today we are going to discuss what are downward sloping curves. So friends, downward sloping curves. What are downward sloping curves now? I told you which slide from left to right. Take the case of your demand curve. What is your demand curve? It slopes from left to right. So why, friends? Because here we know the relation between price and quantity demanded. What is the relation between the price and the quantity demanded, friends? Here we know that okay, so on the x-axis we have the quantity demanded in kgs, or maybe say examples can be your tomatoes, right? Or it can be onions. It depends. Okay, so now you are talking about the price of onions, or you are talking about the price of tomatoes. Before the lockdown, suppose it was 20 rupees. What was the rate of tomatoes? We have price in rupees on the y-axis. Okay, so here we'll just see that the price before lockdown was 20 rupees. At that time, naturally the demand for that particular commodity will be more. Individual demand, both market demand will be very high at the less price. So we can see that here, see, we can see that the demand is more at less price, and the demand will become high, right? Why the demand will become high? Because you are charging less. It is the equilibrium price. It is the normal price prevailing in the market. So when it is a normal price prevailing in the market, you will get that the price is less, demand is more. That is the law of demand, friends. On the other hand, if we go for a vice versa situation, what is the vice versa situation, friends? Okay, price is rupees 100. You can see the demand is very less. Okay, so when the price is 100, you won't demand much, whereas on the other hand, the price is less, you are demanding more, which shows that there is an inverse relationship. What does it show? There is an inverse relationship between price and demand. So this we were talking about demand, friends. Everybody know what is the law of demand, and we know the relation about the demand curve. The tabular representation we have seen so many times. So always there is a question asked whether it is a downward sloping curve. What do you mean by a downward sloping curve? And whether it slopes from left to right. So this is a downward sloping curve. Example of a downward sloping curve, demand curve, which slopes always from left to right. Now let us go to our previous chapter. So what do we have in our previous chapter? Utility. We have studied utility, friends. Okay. So again, we'll change the example and we'll see how we arrive at a downward sloping curve. So suppose this is your now utility curve. How is the utility curve? Again a downward sloping curve, indicating what? What does this indicate? Downward sloping curve, that as and when you consume more and more of a commodity, the utility, the satisfaction derived from each additional unit will eventually be less and less. So we can see here the utility curve. This is the MU curve, friends. MU curve, marginal utility curve, it is sloping downward. Now why it is sloping downward? For the same reason that as and when we are consuming more and more of a commodity, the satisfaction becomes less and less. So this is again a downward sloping curve, indicating that if you cross a particular limit, then your utility will become what? Zero. And if you still go on consuming, and you may get dissatisfaction or disutility. Dissatisfaction. Now what is dissatisfaction in utility? We have studied that in second chapter, previous chapter. Now we are studying demand. So as you know that utility is the basis of demand. So this is the reason why utility is the basis of demand, because of its properties. So what are the properties of a downward sloping curve? We can see that it is in inverse relation. It is in what? Inverse relationship. Okay. So marginal utility. On the other hand, we have also seen what, friends? Total utility. And again, that too starts falling after a particular period of time. But here we are talking only about the downward sloping curves. So we will not include the total utility. So what is this curve? Marginal utility curve. Indicating that in the beginning, when we consume 1 unit, as we can see, you are getting a very high utility. On the other hand, when you start consuming more and more unit, on the 5th unit we can see that the utility is almost zero, and if you consume the 6th unit also here, then your satisfaction, your utility may go in negative. So again, this shows that there is what? An inverse relationship. So whenever there is an inverse relationship between the y-axis and the x-axis, the curve will be a downward sloping curve. Okay, now one more curve we are going to discuss is the supply curve. I don't know whether you have completed this chapter, but just assume that this is just opposite to what? Demand. What is the opposite of demand? Supply. So what is the opposite curve? Supply curve is what? Supply curve is what? Upward sloping curve. Now, why supply curve is an upward sloping curve? Because it shows the direct relationship between price and supply. If the price is increasing, the supply will also increase. So, a downward sloping curve, why we are discussing this now? In the downward sloping curve, this is actually an upward sloping curve. But now we are going to discuss about the exceptional supply curve. So what is an exceptional supply curve, friends? Exceptional supply curve is what? It is a downward sloping curve. This is what? Supply curve, but this is what? Exceptional supply curve. Why? Because if it is downward sloping, then there will be some exception. If the price is increased and the supply is decreasing, this is only during such pandemics like coronavirus. So friends, in some situations like this, we also have a reverse situation wherein the supply may reduce if the price is increased. But that will be exceptional supply curve. So again, an exceptional supply curve, we can see that it is downward sloping curve. This is an exception. Always there is an exception to the law. The coronavirus is an exception. There are some other exceptions. War, maybe earthquake, maybe tsunami. So at that time, hoarding is there. And after hoarding, we see that this examples of such things are taken into history. Okay, friends. Now we stop here. And then we will continue with downward sloping curves next time. Thank you.